Good afternoon, Professor. Today, I would make a presentation of the financial scandal case. The case is about Parmalat. My name is Wang Xiaolin, and my student number is P132078. Okay, the Parmalat scandal case is about four parts. The first one is introduction, and the second one is the origin and issues of Parmalat scandal. The third part is analyzed with the broad triangle, and the last part is the conclusion. Okay, let me introduce the Parmalat scandal case. The Parmalat background is that Parmalat is the eighth largest company in Italy and is famous for its food production. At the end of 2003, Parmalat suddenly filed for bankruptcy protection, causing an uproar in Italy, known as the annual incidents in Europe. The Parmalat, founded in 1961, Parmalat is a family business with a history of more than 40 years. It mainly produces and sells milk, yogurt, juice, ice cream, canned vegetables, baked goods, and tomato products. It owns many branches. Its founder is Callisto Tanzi. Parmalat is a heavyweight customer in the bond market and has taken on huge debts in the past. Bad credit has not attracted the attention of investors and related parties because the company claims to have strong cash reserves. Next part is the origin and the issue. The origin is the Parmalat crisis broke out in mid-November in 2003. The company's sudden announcement that it would not be able to repay bonds worth 150 million euros, which causing auditors and banks to be alarmed about its financial situation. When it was announced that it would not be able to repay mutual funds worth about 500 million euros in the Cayman Islands, the real panic began. Actually, the Parmalat crisis was caused by financial fraud committed by its management. The bad influence which caused Parmalat's share price continued to fall for several weeks, falling by 87% in December. On December 27, in 2003, Parmalat filed for bankruptcy protection with the Parma District Bankruptcy Court and was approved. Next part is the Parmalat's method of financial fraud. There are four methods. The first method is masking liabilities, derivative financial instruments, and complex financial transactions, which means Parmalat took advantage of investment banks such as Citigroup and Merrill Lynch to whitewash balance sheet. The second method is false documents and false bank deposits. The Parmalat claimed that they have deposited $4.9 billion worth of funds in Bank of America accounts through its Cayman Islands subsidiary, but Bank of America said the account set up by the Parmalat Group did not exist. So they are lying, and the supporting documents were false. The third method is using related parties to transfer funds. The Parmalat company took advantage of complex corporate structures and numerous overseas companies to transfer funds. There are two Parmalat companies, and they registered in the Netherlands were the vehicles to use to transfer the money. The method was that Tanzi instructed the relevant personnel to forge false documents to prove that Parmalat was indebted to the two companies. Parmalat then injected the money into the two companies, and the two companies transferred the money to the company controlled by the Tanzi's family. And the last method is establish an investment fund to transfer funds. The aim is to transfer funds to Tanzi's family business. Okay, the third method and the fourth method, both of them are the methods of transferring funds to the Tanzi's family business. Next part is the issue. The issue also consists of four parts. The first part is the corporate governance structure is a huge flaw. It means that huge financial transparency flaws. As Parmalat is a family-controlled company, it is very difficult to improve the corporate governance structure and external supervision. The next element is government regulators. The negligence of government regulation organization is also a factor. The third is the stakeholders are suspected of collusion. Investment banks such as Citigroup and Merrill Lynch designed derivative financial instruments and complex financial transactions for Parmalat, which is enabled it to move money overseas and use such transactions for speculation. The last part is the independence of auditors. Grant Thornton provided audit service to Parmalat from 1990 to 1999, when it was forced by Italian law to rotate its auditors to Deloitte. However, Grant Thornton still provides audit services to Parmalat overseas subsidiaries. Parmalat transferred funds from the Netherlands to the Cayman Islands, so the independent auditor, the Thornton, maybe he have the responsibility of the Parmalat's financial flight. Insensitive to early warning signs and failure to detect financial corruptive practice in a timely manner, the audit process lacks due professional care. Okay, the third part is analyze with the fraud triangle. The causes of corporate corruptive practice are composed of three elements: pressure, rationalization, and opportunity. Pressure elements can be divided into four categories. First one is financial pressures. Second is the vices. Third, the work-related stress and the other pressures. The elements of opportunity is the time, when corruptive practice can be carried out, but can be hidden from detection or escape punishment. Corporate corruptive practice must find a reason to make corporate corruptive practice consistent with their own ethics, ideas, and codes of conduct, regardless of whether the explanation itself is truly reasonable. Okay, there is the three definition of the Floyd triangle, and here is the picture of the Floyd triangle. It consists of the three parts, and the lack of any of the elements cannot really form a corporate corruptive practice. Okay, let's analyze the Floyd triangle. The first one is the pressure. The Parmalat financial standard of the pressure elements is the company first diversified its products in the food industry and began a large-scale expansion worldwide. Expansion requires a lot of financial support due to the difficulty of operating across industries and other reasons. Some of these companies have incurred huge losses due to poor management and unfavorable investment. and they also need huge funds to maintain their operations. The large amount of capital required for cross-regional expansion, the compensation for losses incurred by cross-industry expansion, and the cash need for cheap acquisition of state-owned enterprises have all caused Palmola's management to suffer from capital hunger. Because the Palmola company in rational and in reasonable decision for expansion is industry worldwide. It needs huge amounts of cash to support its business running, but but due to the difficulty and some management error, they need more and more cash to solve the cash problem. So it causes capital hunger, and that's why Palmola management and directors are eager to cheat investors and their employees to get money. In 1990, after Palmola listed on the bourse of Milan and raised funds from the public, the management couldn't wait to transfer the funds of the public company to his family business, emptying the public company, since capital markets are the easiest and the most important way for Tanzi to source funds. The company's management is willing to whitewash the report to create a superficial perspective to deceive investors. So the investors see the Palmola Industrial is a blossom, but actually the Palmola firm is the fund is transferred by Tanzi to his family business, and the Palmola is not good. The next part is opportunity. Family-owned listed companies make internal governance unable to play a balancing role. Palmola is a family-owned public company, and the family group holds an absolute amount of shares in the company. Besides, the Italian stock market is small and inactive, and the stock market cannot form an effective check on the controlling shareholder. So these two elements cause the opportunity that the board of directors is controlled by major shareholders and is convenient for them to transfer assets to family companies and manipulating financial statements. Besides, investment bank didn't supervise effectively of Palmola. Certified public accountants also played a disgraceful role in the Palmola affair. This is like the Sultan. He should be responsible for his auditor issue of the Palmola business. The last one is rationalization. Regarding the financial flight, Tanzi said he only knew the raw numbers, and that was the CFO's responsibility to operate it. But the CFO said it was all Tanzi's instructions, and he just executed it. In short, management used self-deception to justify its behavior. The last part is the conclusion. First is just like the annual incidents 2 years ago. Once a world-renowned company has a financial scandal, there will always be a related financial institution group involved in the whirlpool. Although the problem is posed by Palmola are supervision, governance, finance, accounting, auditing, and many elements. The role played by the financial institutions group in filling the frames is still worth considering. Finally, The scandals have shown that the effective regulation of financial institution groups all around the world is urgent. The basic integrity of banking, accounting, auditing, and other industries must be saved even more. This fact shows that it is difficult to successfully implement effective security measures when some senior executive on a company's board of directors are not truly willing to act honestly. When they aim to uh, apply the financial fraud to cheat their investor and other shareholders, the financial scandal may be occur. Supervisors should increase their supervision and be vigilant against all those directly or indirectly involved in the generation of financial information, including the company's management and its advisors, as well as the company's audit committee and accounting firm. Okay, this is all I want to share and talk about with you. The Parmalat scandal case. Thanks for watching.